I think it's important to know your identity. Now that I live alone, I always think I should know myself better.
Yeah, I think so. I think knowing who you are as a person is pretty essential to how you would act and think things through. So yeah, knowing yourself is pretty important.
You need to know yourself before you know other people. So I guess it's important to know what kind of identity you have.
I guess so. I guess it is important to have your own, a strong sense of self-identity if you want to, I don't know, if you want to do anything, you have to be able to have, your own opinion about things instead of just listening to what other people think. I guess it's important to have, yeah.
Yes, because if you don't know your own identity, then what will you do with life? There's nothing you can really do.
When they're in a certain community, that they have to when they have to express themselves, that you have to have your own self, right? So that when you're surrounded by other people, you found yourself to be who you are.
I don't know if you could know at one point who you exactly are, because I mean it's always changing, I guess, because you change through the people you meet. Also, through experiences, you would change your identities as you go along. So I don't know. Maybe by the time you die, maybe you know who you are then, but I don't really know exactly when.
When they face a challenge and when they overcome the challenge, they'll figure out their own identity.
I think it happens as early as when you're certain and confident of who you are, and it can start as young as they think that they're confident in who they are themselves, or if they're unsure, then maybe it's not really, they need some more guidance to help fulfill that identity out more, maybe.
In that sense, in my experience, when I talk with my mother about the marriage or the raising the kids, that influences my identity. I mean, what the challenge to me to think about who I am, or what is the way to I think. And she had a different idea about the raising the kids or who to be the marriage partner and so on.
What influences me the most is probably people who are around me, my friends, my family.
There's nothing that I could say exactly, but I guess I feel like what I identify myself as is American and Japanese, because that's the only thing that's you know how passports and stuff, it says American, Japanese. It's the only physical thing that's there to show me what I am. So I guess I just follow that.
Okay. I'd say culture can be quite a big one. I still don't know what cultural identity can be. For me, both my parents are Japanese, but I was born and raised in Australia, and that I have a strong influence of both. And throughout my childhood, even now, I still get confused. Am I Japanese because my parents are Japanese? Is it because it's in my blood? Or am I Australian because I was born and raised on that land all my life? So in terms of that, yeah, there's definitely a question of what identity is in regards to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say one big thing is religion. And I was raised, I grew up going to church because my mom is Christian. And then so that really based my myself. And also I think the family has a lot of influence as well, because your parents basically they raise you, and then when you're little you have you can be influenced a lot compared to when you're adults, right? So I think that parents and also your siblings can have a lot of influence on you.
Yeah, I get my identity from a lot of things. So I've been traveling a lot before I came into university. So just meeting people just from all over the world, that kind of built up my identity as well. And just connecting with friends, family, just in terms of culture as well, cultural background. So I'm Japanese, full Japanese. So I guess that has influence on how I was brought up as well. I guess, yeah.
Not really.
Not so much. To me, it's a friend or the real person. Personally, meeting in person influences me more than the media, I guess.
I guess it's more like the people around me.
It probably does, like probably unconsciously without me even realizing it. It's probably just always in the back of my head, like, oh, this is what is considered standard in today's world or normal or something like that. And based on how I'm thinking, I go off on that. So yeah, I think it does.
The media, if I had to be frank, probably not. I don't think so.
Personally, not very much because I don't watch or like get influenced by media so much. But like, I guess people nowadays are being more and more influenced by media because media is becoming like such a big thing. Like for instance, like TV propaganda and things like that. Everybody's just around it all the time. You know?